This is a test of a US missile capable of carrying a nuclear weapon. Until recently, this kind of medium-range missile would have been prohibited under an international agreement between the US and Russia. But President Trump left the pact, claiming Russia had violated its terms. It's the latest sign that the world has entered a new period of uncertainty after decades of nuclear disarmament. So how did we get here? Here are 4 numbers that help explain what's going on. 5. That's the number of recognised nuclear weapon states according to an international treaty. They are the US, Russia, China, the UK and France. There are another 4 countries with nuclear weapon capabilities. India, Pakistan and North Korea have all conducted nuclear weapons tests. Israel is also assumed to be armed, but it has neither admitted nor denied it. Between them, these countries have close to an estimated 14,000 nuclear weapons. This includes some that are waiting to be dismantled. The vast majority of these weapons is still owned by former Cold War foes, the US and Russia. They have 4,000 active warheads or so each. About 1,800 of these weapons are on high alert, which means they could be launched at short notice. Remember though that these are estimates because the exact numbers are closely guarded national secrets. Overall, however, there's clearly been a big reduction in the number of nuclear weapons. Compare the current figures to 1986, when the world's nuclear arsenal was 70,000. That's a reduction of 80%. However, disarmament has been slowing down. Most of it actually happened in the 1990s. The US and Russia decommissioned lots of weapons then because they could afford to lose a few thousand. The UK has also been reducing its inventory of nuclear warheads, but India, Pakistan and China are believed to be increasing their stockpiles. The US claims China's arsenal will double over the next 10 years, which would mean China could surpass France as the 3rd largest nuclear-armed state. But this would require China to rapidly increase production compared to current levels. Crucially, all these countries are spending huge amounts of money to maintain and modernise their weaponry, and appear committed to retaining them for the indefinite future. The current US administration, for example, earmarked $34 billion on its nuclear forces for 2019, although that's still only a fraction of their overall defence budget. There is one binding disarmament treaty that all 5 recognised nuclear weapon states are signed up to. It's called the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty, or NPT. As part of this, these countries agreed to reduce their nuclear arsenals, in theory, to 0, but that's not going to happen anytime soon. There are other international agreements about nuclear weapons. Focus has now moved to the New START treaty between the US and Russia, which limits both countries' nuclear weapons stockpile. In fact, it's the only treaty that puts a cap on a country's nuclear arsenal. But this is due to expire in 2021. President Trump recently proposed a new agreement between the US, Russia and China, but Beijing rejected the idea, citing the huge gap between the size of its nuclear arsenal and the US and Russia's. Given this, as well as the unravelling of key treaties and the development of new weapons technology, progress towards a world without nuclear weapons seems to be moving further out of reach.